Hi everyone. So we are back again with another episode of BBB, and this is co-powered by Filmsters. We have two eminent personalities with me today. One is Miss Anamara Baig. She's the CEO of Empower India, and also Shriti Chakraborty. A little bit about today. Why is it special? Because it's International Yoga Day. So the entire world is celebrating. And thanks also to Modi ji to bring each and everything about India live again. A little bit about empowerHER India. Um, they have been working for over more than 30 years, empowering women to uplift families, communities, and nations. Since 1993, this organization has been dedicated to giving women access to economic opportunities and social justice. Now, by combining practical support like building infrastructure with knowledge and skill training, this NGO helps women in India, especially, to lead their lives with dignity and well being. This organization believes that women are catalyst for a change. We all believe in that. And its program also reaches different schools, especially in the rural areas in India, which is very important in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, not only in the metros. And also, they have been focusing on different issues which the rural area has been facing. You say about water, proper sanitization, hygiene, taking care of washing oneself, and building lots and lots and lots of toilets. So, I will ask Amara to speak more about it in terms of what are the different focusing sectors more if you're working on.
Yeah, sure. Well, thanks for that introduction, Sohini. It's just a pleasure to be here with you and Shriti today. Yeah, this day is important, and why it's connected to what we do as a non-profit is increasingly now more than ever we are focusing on adolescent girls and empowering them through skills and through giving them knowledge, tools, information, etc. And like you said, we work within the schools in rural areas for different aspects of water, sanitation, and empowerment. Adolescence is such a critical time and juncture in a young person's um, life, where there are so many mental, bodily, emotional changes that they're going through. So I just think that practicing yoga becomes so critical in order for them to be able to cope with these changes. That's why even in our sessions and the training that we do with these girls and boys actually in schools also encompasses, there is a certain aspect of yoga and meditation that is included in our curriculum, which is why this conversation is important today. For us to kind of spread that awareness as well. And speaking to, hopefully, Shriti will be able to shed a lot of light on this aspect today. So yeah, I
Correct.
mean, really been our journey so far.
So coming to introducing Miss Baig also. She's been working for more than 15 years in the social sector, and she's the CEO of empowerHER India. And coming to Shriti, now Shriti Chakraborty, she's a yoga therapist and a counselor, and she's been dedicating her life on this. From the past 14 years to mastering this technique, to mastering the teachings of yoga. And as a yoga therapist and counselor at Shreyash Yoga, she offers personalized sessions, workshops, like we're having this workshop right now with her live on International World Yoga Day. And she also takes part in different retreats to empower individuals. And to help them embark on a transformative journey of self-discovery and inner peace. Inner peace is very important. Mental health, as Anamara also mentioned, is very important. So that's the reason we are here today. And as we discussed, we will be speaking on yoga, we will be speaking on the techniques, we'll be speaking on the holistic method, and helping the adolescents girl in India to understand, trust themselves, and have a wellness and a good life. Over to you, Anamara. We can start the session with the questions.
Wonderful. I'll begin.
Yeah.
I'll start with
So,
something. Yeah,
just excuse me, Anama. I'd like to start the session with the opening prayer. So that is
please
how
do.
I always start my
Great.
session.
Surely, surely.
Sit straight, join your hands in front of your chest. ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Feel the vibrations of the mantra. Just with a few blinks, you can open your eyes. Now you can. Thank
Wonderful.
you.
All right. So I'll start with something quite basic. So, there are yoga is very popular, but there is a common notion that, it just basically involves asanas and some poses and so on. So, how do you respond to this, and what would you say about it?
Yeah. So when I took out today's newspaper, I just saw those different kinds of yoga forms, which were the asanas were,
Yeah.
they were there. So, welcome to the science of holistic living, which is also called Samagra Vigyan. So, yoga is 5,000 years old science. See, it is the science to reach to the higher state of harmony. Again, as Sohini said, thanks to Modi ji, who has brought up this yoga day. We should realize that this is our ancient treasure. Nobody should remind us, right? Which we did not pay too much attention previously, but now gradually people are turning to yoga. At least one day we can connect within. So yoga आपको अपने आप से जोड़ता है, leaving the identity of your mind and body, जो और कोई भी विज्ञान नहीं करता है. If there is, you can tell me. This is the one vigyan which connects you with yourself. So we always associate yoga, with asana और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्राणायाम, नहीं तो थोड़ा ध्यान. Now it's becoming very popular because now people know that even, getting everything which is materialistic, भौतिकवादी जिसको हम कहते हैं, still there is no peace of mind. So, see, for this, no, I'll just make you understand the simple concept of Purushat. This I am taken from the Shastras, which says that Purushat, what is Purushat? Is the human goals. This is a unique way of judgment. Animals have instinctive lifestyle, but humans can choose their goals. Okay. So there are four goals, if you can see, it's Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma is not that what religion you belong to. It is an invisible form of wealth, right? Good fortune. You're born and brought up in a good family. You have everything. Those who are not, then second comes the artha. For them, those who are not with a good fortune, they look for the security. Security of what? Food, clothing, shelter, money. Now, this is being fulfilled. Then the next, they have to keep on, go for what goals they want. The next comes the karma. Once you have enough money, everything is there, then the desire comes that if I have money and if I have one car, I should go for 5 cars, 10 houses, 10 watches, whatever number of you can say. The desires are never satisfied. So after that also, after a point of time, they get exhausted with that also. Then even you have so much of money, everything, then also I don't have peace of mind. So then what they look for is moksha. That is the ultimate happiness. Ultimate happiness from what? From pain and suffering of life. It is that freedom which we all are searching for. See, for a lot of people, yoga is a lot of people, not everybody. I'm just be careful. So yoga is a fashion, and show off that see I do yoga. I can do most difficult asanas. I am doing advanced asana. And how can I bend my body? First of all, bending
Yeah.
is
Hmm.
not yoga. Okay. Yoga is taken from a Sanskrit word which is called yujjate. Yuj is the yujjate anen iti yoga. Now, what is the yujjate? Is the union. Union of what? Union of jivatma. That is individual soul. That is you. And to the Paramatma, universal self. Universal self is that where we are all born from. That is the essence of yoga. So, what it accelerates the rate of evolution of an individual soul. Now, there may be this lot of people that might not be knowing this, that what is the accelerating the rate of evolution. So it is said that there are 84 lakh asanas, just for information, representing 84 lakh incarnation to humans. Okay, so these asana represents a progressive evolution from simplest to fully realized human being. Okay, तो जब हम इतनी मेहनत करके यहाँ तक पहुंचे हैं, तो उसे हमें व्यर्थ नहीं गंवाना चाहिए. Correct? Because only humans have that intellectual capacity to uplift themselves. Can animal and plants do that? Do they have that intellect, that consciousness, that consciousness? They have the conscious thing that, if a tiger is roaming and the tiger looks very beautiful to us, right? Does the tiger have that conscious that to recognize that I am so beautiful? No, they don't have that. So we should be realizing these things. Otherwise, we will be continuously in this vicious circle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. And this is suffering, right? So आज आप योगा के बारे में सुन रहे हैं. You are getting an introduction to yoga is itself your some good karma. Your what I explained just now, the four purusharth, the goals of human. So it is one of our good karma which has brought you here so that you might change your path into knowing yourself and uplift yourself through yoga. So this is the real essence of yoga, not just asana, pranayama, meditation. See, these are the steps. These are important. I'm not saying, आपको अपने रियल सेल्फ के वास्तविक जो स्वभाव है उससे जो जोड़ता है, उसके लिए आपको यू हैव टू डू अ proper yoga. Not only restrict yourself to asana, pranayama, meditation is fine. You have to do, these are the steps. In Ashtanga Yoga, they say there are 8 steps to go to samadhi. Samadhi is actually not dying and liberating yourself. It is staying in this world and jivan mukta. Be happy, right? If you are suffering here, what's the point of going to heaven and hell? If you are suffering here, you have to enjoy the life here. So mastering over the mind is yoga. सो क्या आप डिफिकल्ट आसना के साथ माइंड को स्टेबल रख सकते हो? दैट इज योगा. आपसे कोई गुस्सा होता है, चिल्लाता है आप पे, तो क्या आप शांत रहकर उस सिचुएशन से निकल सकते हो? देन इट इज योगा. Suppose you don't get good marks, as we are addressing the adolescent children only, right? A lot of people, you don't get good marks and a lot of things, what you face. Kya, are you able to deal with it calmly? Then it's yoga. So this is all what you asked about this question. That is real sense for me. That is yoga. Thank you.
No, I mean, I think it's very interesting. The stage. I mean, you've so beautifully described the different stages, and the fact that we have such a simple definition of yoga. Most of us, not everybody, but it's such a, yeah, like a deeper meaning, a deeper philosophy, and it's so much about the inner journey than
Yes.
the external journey also, which we see as asanas and that get manifested as your
See,
asanas, etc. But it's a lot that goes on
see,
inside as well.
pranayama, meditation, these are the tools. Like suppose you bring a tin box, right? There is inside, there is some cream or something, whatever you have to take out that cream. What do you take the knife, right? Without knife, you won't be able to cut it. So asana, pranayam, these are all the tools to go to the higher self. Use it.
Precisely.
I'm not saying don't use it. Use it. But ultimately, what are you searching? You're going to cut the tin
Open
and
up.
take out inside content. You are interested in the inside content, right?
Yeah.
Not the cutting part. You first cut. that thing, the body and that knife and all is your asana and pranayam, so that you can sit for a longer time and do the meditation to find your inner self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, thank you for that. Um, so I'll come to a little bit about about adolescents themselves and in relation to yoga. So my next question is that what yoga practices, in your opinion, are going to be useful for reducing stress and anxiety for adolescents? Is if there are some techniques that you can share with us that kind of shed light on this. So basically, a little bit of background about the whether the psychology of anxiety and how yoga can alleviate that, and then a little bit about specific uh, techniques as well.
Sure, sure. So yes, we are in the virtual world at present. uh, हमारे योगा में बोलते हैं स्वप्न अवस्था. Okay, so virtually, we are seeing everything on screen: sun, moon, scenery, mountains. I've seen with my children also. The mountains, you can see here only. No, why you have to go there? So because they want to stick to that, don't want to leave their. Yeah,
Yeah.
virtual world. Yes, that's the right word. Virtual world, online shopping, everything. See, all these are giving lack of physical activity, and second most important is too much information for the mind. Okay. See, we go to hotels. What do you do first thing? Is the internet available 24 into 7? That is the criteria we look for. We are going there, but we want internet so that we can be always connected with that gadget. This is again the virtual world. See, digitalization, I'm not against. We are doing this online session because of digitalization only, right? Is important, but we should not become disabled with that. Okay, we become over dependent on them, so we leave everything behind. There are, now again, I'll give you a little bit I've taken from my knowledge what I have. See, there are three ways of knowing things. Okay, I've taken this sutra from Patanjali Yoga Sutra. It is a very good scripture. If it can be introduced in schools and colleges, with nothing like that. Patanjali Yoga Sutra and Bhagavad Gita. These are the two scriptures which tells you a lot about your mind management. So I've taken from that. It has 196 sutras. I've taken it 1.7, the chapter 1. I've taken the 1.7 sutra is says Pratyaksha Anuman Agama Pramanani. Okay. Now there are three ways of knowing things. Okay. First is the Pratyaksha, that is the direct perception. Correct? Spasht dikhai dene wala. So if you are watching, I'll give you an example later. Let me see, first tell me. Second is Anuman. Anuman is the logical reasoning, right? Inference. We तार्किक तर्क हिंदी में बोल सकते हैं कि logical reasoning कि हमने ऐसा हुआ तो ऐसा हुआ होगा. We give a logic, right? There's a logic. So, and third is the agama. Agama is the through the shastras or through the books or through the knowledgeable person like pandits and all, or a learned person, we get the knowledge. So now I'll just give you a little bit explanation about this pratyaksha. I'll give an example of a fire and a smoke. It's a very common example. So when you see fire, right? If you are going in a place where woods are kept together and they are burning, you see smoke coming out, right? This is your direct perception, pratyaksha. You are seeing in front of you that is happening. You are the sakshi. You know that it's happening. You know that I'm getting the right this thing. Correct. Second comes the anumana. When in the distance you see some smoke coming out, without even going there, you will see. You have seen, so you will infer that that smoke is coming out because there must be the wood burning. Correct. We do this. So now we are doing this only. Virtual world is anuman only. Everything internet, whether it is right or wrong. Oh, this person has said something. This is, it must be all the time. We'll be doing that anuman thing only for them. Correct?
Creating a perception as per their mind that okay, this is what I feel, right, but they are not
Yeah.
getting the actual story.
Correct. You don't know actually that person. इंटरनेट पे किसी ने बोला कोई, अरे इसने ऐसे किया है, बोला हाँ इसने ऐसे किया, next time जो किया हाँ इसी ने किया होगा, we blame them, right? Because we are not doing pratyaksha. I'll get to that point. And agama is that through shastra. So what Shastra says कि शास्त्रा में अगर कहीं पे लिखा हुआ है कोई भी बुक में कि when we burn the wood, fire comes. So we believe in them because they are experienced. They have themselves experienced it, and we believe in that. The only three way of knowing the thing. So now what is happening? No, we are all doing अनुमान. That is जो internet में दिखा, news में सुना, वही सच है. Example, we interact with some person, correct? And that moment, maybe he or she have not behaved properly. Maybe they might be going through some difficult time. Okay, so what we do, we make a fixed idea, anuman. Now, in the next time we see that person, you tag them with that same. Oh, this person. Oh, this must be. This is a very disgusting person. So, what is Shastra saying? Every time you meet a person, meet with the pratyaksha, new, fresh it up with a new perspective. Look at him. Maybe he must have changed or she must have changed, right? His situation must have been better now. He will behave or she will behave in a better way. So that is what Shastra is telling us. So this what happens to this hampers our mental thinking. That is what the internet and this adolescent and not adolescent, all ages actually, right? So instead, Anuman, we should go for the pratyaksh, direct perception. So outdoor activities now, see when everything is happening on screen, bahar jaake kya experience karne ki zarurat hai? That comes what comes laziness, which is called tamas. कोई problem है. The Anuman we do for everything, be it people, place, or object. So with internet, all kind of information, no, we don't even know whether it is really happening or not. Unnecessary mental agitation, mansik ashanti starts there. So yoga, it's a very very beautiful practice to work on a person as a whole, not only reducing, just weight, addressing various ailments, heart problem, controlling bp, sugar, arthritis, this that. It's okay, do it, but different perspective you also see. So by doing yoga, you are already there to good health. Side effect of yoga itself is good health. Okay, if you do asana pranayam, already your body will be good. So as well, it comes for the mental health also. So yoga, when you do, it is all other exercise. If you just see, uh, you go to gym, swimming, running, it is all for your body, right? But yoga is for you. Okay, it just works for you. So by doing yoga, you already go to that. Health is already now it's done. The mental health through various practice of concentration. Now I'll come to your this thing. You said prolonged screen time, right? So prolonged screen time, I will suggest this. There is a practice, and we have the Shat Kriyas, 6 ways of cleaning the internal system. So there's a practice called Prataka. So if someone has eye disease, you should avoid or consult, therapist or ophthalmologist who's taking your class. So many benefits it has, like it corrects corrects or stabilize also the spectacle power, strengthens the eye muscles, reduces the fatigueness and concentration. And there is one Jyotir Trataka. See, this online session I have given to, because this was my thesis when I was doing MSc. Trataka. I had to get intervention to at the from 13 to 25. So because that is the most crucial time when the spectacle changes takes place, and I'm an optometrist also. So aware of all those terms. So you see, you have so much, they have so much time, and everybody has so much time to look at your mobile. 20, 30 minutes, hours they will spend in seeing YouTube and all these, right? So see, adopt yoga. In that case, I think any form of physical activity like outdoor games, sports, swimming, walking, but everything with awareness. Yoga is all about awareness. Anything you do in your life, it should not be today only. It should be 24 into 7 yoga. All the time you should be doing your awareness with awareness. That's all from
Very
my side.
No, it's I mean, unfortunately we are, well, like you said, we are getting less and less opportunity to be able to get out of this virtual world and be able to do things, where you talk about direct perception, uh, and
We are not
sorry,
we are not doing the direct perception.
we are not.
Yeah,
And
that's what
unfortunately,
they should be
I
doing.
feel that the world that we live in, we are the opportunity to do that is also decreasing, substantially. So I think we need to make a intentional effort to be able to do that. So that's a very valuable thing to even teach young people from the time they are sort of more impressionable, and when they grow up, they have that at the back of their mind that
Correct.
this is intentional living is what we call it. So that is what we need to do. That's very interesting. So in connection with that, if you can just tell us a little bit about, um, you did touch upon it, but in terms of how can yoga help in improving performance of school performance for adolescents and young children, right? There is an aspect of concentration that is involved, which is very much related to and can be mastered through yoga. And if you can talk a little bit about that, I'm sure that would be very useful to young people.
And
Sure.
also, before, yeah, Shriti, also, I would like to add another thing in it in terms of AI. Correct. When you say about perception, when you ask people to go out and explore, and so that the perception and everything changes. Another thing also, if you can speak more on the AI part, like I think it is making people more crippled. Like you just write one, two words in Chat GTP and it gives you an entire thingy. So earlier the research, everything which was being done by peoples, which helped them, open up the perspective. I mean, do you think it's okay to be completely dependent in AI also, or how it will impact? I mean, make our lives change, and how it will, create a difference.
Okay, so what is AI, first of all?
Oh, okay, okay. AI is like Chat GTP.
Oh,
People
sorry.
just, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not aware of all these things because I don't do too much of all that. So sorry. Yeah, AI, okay, Chat GTP and all. Okay, okay.
Yeah, like you mentioned, right? That perception and things needs to change. You need to explore. But
So you have to put effort for that. If you don't put
correct.
effort, see, just one thing we will read in that those WhatsApp and all the time we want to be updated with it, all the time the news and all everything from whatever the source is there. So we always look for that. So you have to put an effort. That is why yoga, no, it will slowly. It is not that today I am giving you this session and tomorrow you will get up and you will become a enlightened soul kind of, and I will now only do yoga meditation. No, no, no. It will not be like that. It is a gradual process. It may take many, many years, maybe many, many births. Correct. So slowly you have to bring those things in your day-to-day routines. Later I will tell you the practice also, how to small things which you can adopt, and then proceed. Yeah.
Yep.
So
But if you can just, sort of respond to the question
some
on
meditation and techniques, right? You said ask about that.
on the school improvement, like the
Schools, yeah.
performance and concentration for younger
Cons-
people, adolescents.
Concentration. I already said no. This Trataka practice. This you can
Hmm.
do. You ask for
Can
this
you
meditation.
explain more?
Sure.
Yeah, can you explain it more on that so that the kids can
Yeah. Yeah.
understand it properly?
So you see, as I said, see nowadays, no, YouTube, you will say portraying, see, do this asana, it will cure so and so, do this pranayam, sit in meditation, it will calm down your mind, even your stress, anxiety, everything. I agree. See, all these practices work, but it has to be approached simultaneously and together. Just now, what I said, through a proper guidance initially. Okay, so no single practice is separate because of this YouTubes and all. No, there are so many things. It is misguiding. You should do it, but not do for back, do for stomach upset, you do this. No, it is in full collaboration. It has to be an integrated approach. You cannot suddenly say, okay, you are very tense, sit in meditation, come. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, there is a sequence, there is a process how you should concentration. Okay, just give for concentration. No, it will not work like that.
So
Okay.
what you're saying, Shriti, is don't separate the application from the philosophy. That's what
Yes,
you're saying, right?
yes, yes. So you have to collaboratively, you have to work on it. Not just for this, you do this, that's for constipation, do this, diet, whatever ailment, That is what YouTube is showing all the time, right? It's okay, you show that this is to be done, but it cannot be only this, only doing this will be okay. You don't know. That's why I'm a counselor also, because I speak to my students personally, what are their problems. Root cause should be handled first, then the concentration. The thing is going, something is going in the mind, and you're telling sit and do meditation. Will the person be able to sit and do meditation?
No, no,
No.
no, they
He will be
can't.
wondering with god knows millions of thoughts. So that doesn't work. I have a very sequential this thing. I have to read my students also. That's why I'm a yoga therapist. More than an instructor, I'm a therapist. So I do the counseling and teach them
Yeah.
through philosophy. I teach them how to deal with their day-to-day problems and how to come out of it gracefully. It's not कि आज आपने सेशन किया तो आप कल से तो भाई हो गया हमारा सब बिल्कुल सॉल्व हो गया, नहीं. It is your effort also. I am just a therapist and a counselor. I'm going to help you out. I'm not going to, you inside, you have to come out and help yourself. My thing is
One
giving.
disciplined. One needs to be disciplined. One needs to practice. Even for the kids, like Miss Baig asked that, what should a kid do for
See,
concentration? Like I've got two
first of all,
sons.
you have to reduce the screen time. For
Yeah.
that, themselves, you as a, I mean, those parents who are listening, they also have to follow the rule, right? बच्चे आपसे ही देख के सीखते हैं. आप कर रहे हो 24 घंटा मोबाइल, खाते खाते टीवी देखते देखते खाना खा रहे हो, तो बच्चा भी वही करेगा ना. They are a very good observant. Children are very good. So the first school, बोलते हैं माता पिता जो होते हैं वो आपके पहले टीचर होते हैं. जो आप कर रहे हो, आप बच्चे आप उसी से सीखते हैं. Okay, so you said quickly. I will explain you that you 5 minutes. See, uh, any people, I mean, any children or what your this thing is there. They are having this mind is too much agitated, right? Tell them to sit down first. Okay, spine erect. Just deep inhalation and exhalation 5 times. If you have time, 10 times. Deep inhalation and exhalation, and you will see the difference in your thinking. Just try that out. This practice, I am telling you, it's a over the counter medicine. You can take this medicine anytime. And once you are so used to taking this medicine, no, you will become this, you said a drug addict. You will become addictive of this practice. That every time you will be breathing deep and slow. The moment you do deep inhalation and exhalation, you see the change in the pattern of your mind. You can do now also. Just try once and you see how the mind suddenly calms down. This is a over the counter medicine. Okay. And so to deal with that, yeah, anything else you asked? Yeah, I think
No, I
that's
mean,
all, right?
I think that helps.
And try
I
to
just
adopt yoga practice. This,
sorry.
yeah, first you ask the question if you have any. This your address. I've given you this answer for that.
Yeah. No, so I'll move on to the next question. I think examples and are the best way of showcasing the power of any concept or power of any technique. So I would like to hear from you. Do you have any instances or examples you can share of young adolescents that continuous practice, consistent practice of yoga has somehow changed their lives? If you have any such the examples that you might want to share with us.
Uh, mm, See, I'll tell you about this thing. During my there is so much exposure first of all to everything. So there is lot of mental instability and agitation which is going on. Okay, today's generation for all age group actually, not only the generation what you are talking about. So
Can I
it
just
is.
add here to your point? The young girls that I meet in the villages very
Mhm.
consistently, one of the things that is common, they say that they feel very angry. There's a lot of anger, and I think maybe that is, and I find that very, because and they use the word angry, and I find that very odd that they're young 13, 14-year olds, but they say that girls. So I'm like, it's it. I just found that very interesting, and especially because you just brought this up, so I wanted to share that with you.
Sure. So, you want me to tell about that how they should control the anger?
No, I mean, I just sort of connected with me, but sorry for breaking your flow. You can continue with, what you were saying earlier.
No, no, no. You tell me, tell me. So, no, so for this context, I can tell you an example. Angry, I told you, already, because they are doing mobile and all this. They have
Sometimes
this
we don't have not all girls have access to mobile, but
for them. No, it is not only why they are getting angry is important. That is where the counseling comes. You have to dig in deeper. What they are doing in the house, how is the environment there? You have to relate that. It is not only you, okay, you are getting very angry, come and sit to meditation. No, it will not work. You have to first find out the root cause. Why is she so angry? So it doesn't come the moment you sit. They will not tell you everything, right? They will not tell.
Correct.
It will take time. That is why counseling, it is important. That is why I work on go deeper. Then only the body pain and all, lot of things are connected with your emotions. Lot of things. Actually, the whole body is connected with the emotions. So you have to find out first why she is angry. You have to ask her how old must be she must be.
no, I'm saying this is a general feedback that I
And
get when I'm talking, but between like say 12
All of
to
this.
14, like yeah, it's a common theme that I hear from these girls
So
in
here the
village.
philosophy also comes. It's called notional correction. So you give philosophy lectures, you don't point anybody, okay, but you tell them. So it works that way. So
I think,
philosophical
yeah.
give them that is also thing. They should. That is why I'm telling this Bhagavad Gita Patanjali Yoga Sutra should be introduced. Why I'm telling it is a very beautiful scripture to manage your mind.
And
So
Miss Beg, I think lot, yeah. And Miss Beg and Shriti, I think lot of these kids, who are there in their puberty age or adolescent age, especially the girls, okay, they go through a lot of physical issues too at the same time. So one needs to speak. That's what Shriti mentioned. It's just not the house atmosphere. Maybe, something is happening outside the house with their friends, or
yeah,
so those things needs to be figured out. The counseling part is very important. What Shruti
very
mentioned, that
important.
before yoga, before diet, like nowadays, nutrition is very big thing. People just go to
Nothing will
nutrition.
work. Nothing will
Yeah,
work. What you are
has to.
eating, the
Yeah,
emotions are not correct. That's why I'm telling watching TV while eating is not what our shastra says. There's something, some these rishis must have gone through a lot of whatever, whoever has done this research work. This is kind of research work only. They must have experienced it, right? Something or that. So when you eat, you should eat only. That is why the, so you have to take out the real reason. If you are eating with not that emotions to digest the food, it will not. You are watching some violent movie and eating, you don't experience that, but that mind is secreting a different kind of hormones. It's all interlinked, all of them. Got it? So you have to find the core reason why they are so angry. What is the problem? Somebody should, who is able to understand their language, they should sit with them, ask them what are they going through. I will, if you want, I can give you one example which I went through my when I was doing Arogya Dham.
Please do, yeah.
So I will tell you. See, when I was doing my MSc, okay, so training, that there we have this psychology department, okay, where one girl, she was married. She came with her father. She was around 26 years old. Okay, she came with a severe depression. Okay, she didn't want to do anything. Her father definitely got worried that what has happened, why she is behaving like that. She didn't say anything to their parents also. She didn't wanted to do anything. There we have this training like asana, pranayam, she was not participating in anything. Like I, so I was posted in that department. So I was sitting with my senior psychologist. So every time she used to come, no, she used to cry and she used to say, I don't feel like doing anything. I want to end this life. Though her husband was very good. Okay. So that, what happened. So what was her problem? We were just wondering why, she told that when she was studying, when her father was not there at that time. So she told us that she told that when she was studying, she wanted to pursue something in advertisement, okay, and mass media. But due to the pressure of her parents and relatives, no, she had to take maths and physics. Okay, so she did that. She became an engineer also. It's a proud thing for parents, correct?
Correct.
But not for the child.
What she wanted.
She wanted to go in a different field only. So the parents were not understanding. So later, after getting married, no, the desire of hers to go into that mass media was troubling her so much. She was having that regret feeling that I would have done that. I would have done it better. And she though she was engineer, she was not doing any job. Also, she was not interested only. Okay, she went into severe depression because she was not even she was not finding the joy in pursuing that.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not interested. So slowly through this counseling, we say yogic counseling, for not only that girl, we did it for the parent also, that how the parents also should not supposed to use their children to achieve their own dreams. Okay, maybe the children will there you're taking for the tribal this thing. Maybe their parents are pressurizing her to get married, married. You don't know, right? And she must be going inside what she is feeling, anger that I want to do something else. Why they're getting me married? You never know. So after staying in the campus through regular, yogic counseling, asana, pranayam, making her explain how it should be. Yogic counseling is that only through philosophy. You get to understand how to deal with your life, how to stay happy with what you have. So practice. Then she was feeling much better. But no, not completely recovered, but she was feeling much better. So through counseling only, we explained both the parent, okay, how not to be competitive, and and that girl to accept it, which is already done, not to blame her parents and have that regret feeling, because they didn't have that knowledge, right? We don't know. Not to regret and look forward, that what can be done now at present. You see the present, what can be done now. And she was young, 26, 27 is nothing. And husband was very supportive, so she can still choose that line. There's no, that's not everything is gone, right? So that's why if teenagers and adolescent takes up yoga, parent will also get motivated. Got my
Yeah.
point? And
Yeah.
I'm talking about that girl now.
Yeah.
So they will also not face the issue what the girl went, because they
Yeah.
will get to know, especially girls. See, this is uh, one woman who takes up the practice. Most of them in the house will follow her. At least they will try. That's what my view is,
I agree.
because
I mean, that's the
by
power of women, right?
correct power of, and by doing yoga, no, your attitude changes, the way you deal, no. Slowly people will see you and they will say, well, okay, okay, yeah, that is how the way that this when I deal with this way, I feel much better rather than screaming and shouting. If I deal in this way, I will feel better, and they start following that girl also. We taught her all this, we told her. This was the yogic counseling we did for her. And
Yeah.
she told that I'll come after 3 months. So that time I was gone, so I don't know what happened, but she was feeling much better. So that is my idea about that. Okay.
Yeah. No, and thank you so much, because I just feel like there were so many different aspects of yoga and the philosophy behind it that we went through during this discussion, and I'm just now my mind is working on that. Thinking about how do we make this a more natural part of every adolescent's life, in through in by institutionalizing it, like in
Hmm.
schools, in different places that we find adolescents in greater numbers, because it's so important. It kind of sets one for life, the right mindset, the right attitude, the right the way of thinking, everything it impacts. And our lives are, particularly with social media, with this digital revolution, it's
Yeah,
only getting harder and harder, right? Our
it is
mind
becoming.
and our minds are not, I think, biologically equipped, because the technology has advanced so rapidly. Our minds are biologically, we're still catching up to being able to take in this level of information, the magnitude of information you and I and young children take in on a daily basis. To be able to regulate all that information is just it's hard to do, and which is why we are having like mental health crises with anxiety, with so many different problems. So I think this can be such a huge it's like a tool to against all this, and I hope that you know uh, this can become a little, more and more people can adopt it and look at it as a way of life rather than
And
just
yeah, and it should be a part of the curriculum. You know, we have
That
so
is
many.
exactly.
the problem. You have so many things. Why don't you introduce Bhagavad Gita and Patanjali Yoga Sutta, or even Bhagavad Gita? I think that is more people are aware of. Just add that, because it is not about Bhagavad Gita. Only Hindus read. No, but they have wrong notion. Bhagavad Gita is complete mind management.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you don't have to and you talk about this more teenagers and or adolescent. Yes, you should try Anamara, so that you can one or two girls you can get and teach yoga to them. At least start with asanas, pranayama, so that they can go to their village, because it's not possible for them to come here and learn.
No,
So
it's not.
my guru is also there. He can train them free of cost. They can just train them, that go there, and you also teach them. And once they get into that, slowly, because these young generation, only when they take up this yoga, no, then it will go forward ahead.
Forward
But
ahead, yeah.
time नहीं है मोबाइल और इन सब से time ही
And
नहीं
every day should be
mind is completely choco block.
Yeah.
correct.
We
And
don't
every day
know.
should be a yoga
See,
day.
we think that we have watched something and we are done with it. No, it goes into that mind and settles down.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so much information, over info. You only think if something is too overloaded, what will happen? It will last one day. So that is what is happening to young age also. And maybe please look into their environment, ask them about what they are going through, what are their situation there, how are their parents, brothers. You don't know. I don't know, maybe I hope they are not sexually abused. Let a lot of things happen, right? They say, there when you're talking about the tribal thing, you don't know, maybe if they speak like that, they will think that you are only the culprit and all those. These things still are prevalent, I'm telling you, okay? In small villages, they still have this kind of thing that if
Thinking.
this is done, yeah, if this has been done, girl is at the fault and all this.
Yeah, females are always blamed. So,
Yeah,
we
females
should
are
be
always.
uplifting the females that no, it's not you. I mean, we should be empowering them as
Correct. So
seniors.
you have to see for the counseling part. If they
Hmm.
open up slowly, get a counselor who can, counsel them. And few children, few girls, if you think they're little interested in yoga, they're smart enough, you get them. I can take to my Guruji, and he will teach them properly, little bit, whatever. And they can go back and teach them. It'll be good for them also. They will also feel very
We
nice.
can have a live webinar also, Miss Beg, with Shriti and her Guruji, so that
Yeah.
more and more kids can join in. They can be a part of it. So
learning
then
learning I would recommend you have to in person for training, suppose, so that they can go and teach them, because for
as a
us it will be
personal
very
learning.
difficult
Hmm.
every day to travel. Online I can do, definitely. The Trataka practice, if you say, I can organize for that, no problem. For the girls, I will tell you what is needed. It's a very simple practice, but it is very good practice if they can do it. I don't know Hindi. or English, I don't know. The language will be a problem, but you can take that session and translate and do it if you can. It is a very good for everybody. Trataka is for everybody. Okay, this is a called two types of Trataka, Jyotir and Jatur Trataka. Is the Trataka is for the eye muscles and exercise, and then Jyotir is for actual concentration, where that concentration comes, no, when you have to look at the tip of the that burning candle and then concentrate, increases the concentration. So it's a very good for the, that is why I worked on that age only, 13 to 25.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Nice.
Great. Thanks a lot. I think I'm through with my questions. Sohini, over to you.
Okay, over to me. What we can do right now is that we are running short on time. We will have to go live on Insta also. Any comments anybody has can mention it. Both the ladies will be getting in touch with you on your personal DMs. And I hope that people watching right now will also help empower her in some way or the other, because it's a NGO and they work lovely. We'll have another session with Ms. Baig soon, mentioning about what kind of work she's doing, so that we can reach out to more people, and also a live webinar with Shriti, so that we can have the rural kids from everywhere, and obviously district wise, and have certain one-to-one interaction happening, so that we can create a better world.
Yeah.
And
So
every day
give a
today.
just a thanks to gratitude to my parents, my family, my guru, my all the teachers who shared their wisdom with me. And with their blessings today, I'm able to spread the little knowledge what I have to all of you.
Yeah.
And I don't claim to know everything. I'm still learning. Okay, and keep on learning. Thank you to the organization also, giving me the opportunity to spread the awareness to that part of community. I would love to do a lot of programs like that. And Sohini, yes, who helped me, in giving me the platform where I can speak my heart out, and also the right essence of yoga, which I always wanted to share. I told her about my wish, and she worked it out very well. Thank you to you.
Wow.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, Sohini, for this opportunity.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So it's
Thank
ending.
you.
So
Wisdom.
if it's ending, I'll go for the closing mantra, and then we can speak.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Please
Yes.
join hands. Sit straight. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
now
you,
you can.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.